Well, where did August the 21st get to? The day into the last hour of trading in the E-mini. The financials day sessions are closed, as are currencies, gold and crude. And here we are trading at 1991. Market is still pointed higher. I want to just a few quick things on this chart. There's our retest failure trade. Then we start to get higher lows. Here's a mom. The breakout is retested right here, and the market is trading higher. And you just can't fight the tape, folks. We came in today wanting to buy the 83-85 area. We've not abandoned the long side of the market. Here's the first trade in the 83-85 area. Here's the second trade in the 83-85 area. There was a good short in here, but it didn't develop. And what we're seeing right here on pane number 3 is that the large trader is distributing his length, getting out of it. And I don't know why. A day before Yellen's speech, bird in the hand, worth two in the bush, whatever. But the idea was to be long, and that's exactly what happened. E-mini, the note, and the bond are our major markets. Crude, the euro, gold are our minor markets. We've got the volume that we like in the three big markets. We've got adequate volume to trade the other three contracts, but it's nowhere near like it is in the big markets. Charles earlier had asked what may have caused the financials to rally. They should be down because the E-mini is up. That's not necessarily true. They both can trade up or both trade down because of Fed policy. But the Argentinian currency really got smacked today, and a big article came out, and that could be behind the support too. My bet is, though, that the bond players are going to be right. The economy is weakening. The Fed is not going to be able to raise interest rates. They'll have to come back in and support the market. Another new contract high. Higher low goes to higher highs. So on the F1 screen, the daily time frame for the E-mini, we are buyers. Looking at the F2 screen, definitely a P. New move out of the middle and I period. Same time it came in the note. And the market is trading higher. So on the assumption that we're going to close on the highs, and my guess is we're probably going to close higher than this, we can sell failure to take out the 92, 95 area. I don't think that's the trade. The market, I mean, we just made another new contract high without a new piece of news. It's going to be pretty hard to break this. The market has been talking about 2,000 since the first of the summer when 1,900 came out, and that's within reach. We have Yellen's speech tomorrow. I can't see Yellen saying anything that hurts the stock market. It's the one bright spot in the administrative's economic quivers, so to speak. Easy money by the Fed has produced a higher stock market. That's one policy that has worked. Most of them have not. So I don't think Big Janet's going to come out and say anything that will jeopardize the stock market rally. So we're still on the buy side of the market. Now, having said that, the market has rallied all week into Yellen's speech. Yellen gives her speech. Rumor fact situation, we could get some nice selling upon release of her minutes or when her speech is completed and we don't get follow through buying in the market. So end of the week profit taking could be the biggest dynamic we face after Yellen speaks. There is no news tomorrow to drive the markets. On the buy side, this 85, 87 area will look really, really good. start of the new distribution up was at 88, so we'll make 86, 88 by 1 on the assumption we close right here. And then we'll make our, maybe let them get stops beneath today's lows, so we'll make like 82, 84 by 2. But we've had a strong market all week. We've guessed it correctly all week. We've played from the correct side all week. Yellen's speech at the start of the week was touted as going to take the market higher, and it sure has. Okay, looking at the note traded higher today. And I thought it was going to trade lower. Today was one of the few days that we missed our early call. Sell 2 did produce a small one, but the trade clearly was to be long off the opening. This morning, we had hoped to bond weakness, 17s to 21s. We said it might take a 25 to get in. The day session low is 25.5. We got an inside day that usually favors a trading range. The market is awaiting Yellen's speech. The Argentinian currency getting whacked today could be part of the strength in the note. Hard to say, but it's not unusual to have the E-mini and the note trading higher together or lower together since June. The start of the summer. It doesn't usually happen, but you can't discount it. So the F1 screen says trading range. F2 screen says higher, or at least a retest of today's highs. So want to sell failure to take out 04. And the next high would be the 7.5, 9.5 area. On the buy side, I think we can give it a little bit of room. We'll make 25, 29. And 17 to 21 for buy 2. No news other than Yellen's speech to drive the trading tomorrow. And overnight, okay, the knob spread widened today, so the long-term player was back in buying. Next week, the knob spread again. We're going to hit that. We've rallied into the knob spread for the second time. That's a play if you get long on Monday or Tuesday morning, Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning. That's usually good for a half a point, sometimes a full point. We will see how it plays out. So this morning we were more aggressive on the buy side on our the 30-year than we were on the 10, and we're actually able to fill on that one. Excuse me, we were not. We wanted to buy the 13 area. 16 was the low. So we have a strong day up. The knob spread widened. The financial players are betting on accommodative comments from Yellen tomorrow. Interest rates remain low for a long period of time. They think the economy is getting better. They think the labor market is getting better, but they need proof of it. Still problematic. We're going to continue to withdraw the direct injection of money into the market, but there are many ways that we can play it through our balance sheet, repos, and interest rates. And if you look at the M1 and M2 and M3 supply numbers, the Fed's not taking money out of the markets. Okay, we're at 03, so 29 to 01, buy 1 for Globex. and then 21.25 for buy 2. And basically going to sell failure to take out the 8 to 12 area. Okay, gold's been getting whacked, and it's been getting whacked before our day session opens. We can't discount that again. Yellen speaks tomorrow. My guess is that that will sideline some of the bigger players, but it's definitely pointed lower. So the first sell is going to be basically 80 plus or minus 1. And then our second sell area will be this 84, 86. We're going to make 73, 75, buy 1. The idea we'll have a quiet market overnight. We'll be range bound, and then 69, 71 for buy 2. Okay, crude oil, like we said, there might, you don't have to have anything going on. You just have to take away the short side of the market with the potential for war or a drumbeat of war getting louder. And like I said, Obama did not fare well in the press. I mean, even the journalists, the mainstream media, they're not going to pursue it and they're not going to pile it on, but they weren't very kind to Obama after his remarks yesterday and heading out to the golf course. And the reason for that is that a journalist got killed. So they're squawking and they're defending their profession, but we probably won't see a hell of a lot of this in the news, and you won't see a lot of questions asked of them. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do next? So we end the day with a P. The market stopped about where it could have stopped. I'm perfectly happy to get short in London, but I don't like to go home short in the close of the day session because of the danger of one headline. And right now, the noise out of England, the noise out of France, the noise out of the United States is that whoever this Briton was, or this guy from England, jolly old, that sawed off the head of Foley, he's going to be tracked down and killed, will become a martyr. So we'll make the 50 to 75 buy 1. And then 93, 93 and a quarter buy 2. But I think if you really wanted to just stop the advance of ISIS or ISIL in Iraq, you wouldn't do targeted, pinprick, quiet bombing attacks. You get out there and you'd really make a huge statement, and you go get a lot of people and you bomb a lot of facilities and you show them that you mean business, and you do it over a period of time. You wouldn't just let it go like one-shot stuff that was so popular, that has been popular in previous administrations. It has to be sustained. It has to be to the death, or you just inflame them. There was he writes under the name of Spengler, and he wrote a pretty interesting article that I read over the weekend, and he was talking about what does it take to end wars like this in Lebanon and in the Middle East and in Africa, wherever they happen to break out. He says you have to kill 2 generations of fighters. You have to kill the old guys that started it, and you got to kill their children too. And his estimate was that you had to kill, because of the underemployment or unemployment in the Middle East, that it might take upwards of killing 3 million people to put the genie back in the bottle. All these guys that have drifted to Syria, Iraq, and other places to attack their own governments or governments outside of their countries. So that's a big number. And the West does not have the will to do that until a huge atrocity or terrorist attack on the West takes place. So I imagine we'll be going tit for tat for a while. And looking at the euro, it rallied today. The news out of Europe, economic news, wasn't good. And the euro rallies. Why? Because the European Central Bank is going to have to become even more accommodative. Okay. We had a sell at 90 to the buck. We'll leave that in place. Then we'll make it 10 to 20 for sell 2. And then we're at 82, so we'll make 50 to 60. I think Yellen's speech will bring some stability. And then 30 to 40 for buy 2. And that's it for August the 21st, 2014. Y'all have a great evening. It is still summertime here into the first part of next week. And we're getting really, really hot temperatures, pushing 100 here, above 95 anyway. And be a nice way to finish the summer on a blast of hot air. Makes you appreciate the fall, right? Y'all have a great evening. See ya tomorrow morning, bright and early.